it's nothing for us to get in a vehicle evening. Used to be back in the day, it was a long distance drive to go to Monroe or to Shreveport, and now, people commute there to work. We've become more and more mobile in our system. We have a massive interstate system. The Air Traffic Controllers Association says that on average there are about 87,000 flights in the United States alone each day. That's a lot of folks. The FAA also says that there's roughly 2.7 million people that travel by airfare in the United States daily. We travel constantly and move about constantly. Today, if you decide, hey, I think I have a hankering for such and such type of food, you may drive an hour or two or longer to go and eat. Or you may do something else in those kind of ways. And so we move about constantly, and we don't think too much about it. We put our cars on cruise control, and we head on down Case. Some of y'all remember that. Where it took longer because vehicles didn't quite go as fast, or the speed limits weren't quite as long, or the vehicles weren't quite as comfortable as they are today. In fact, we were talking recently about safety in cars, and when I was growing up as a kid, we would ride in the back windshield of the car. Y'all remember that, right? And Dad would slam on the brakes and you just roll off, right? And things have changed over the years, but think about even further back. Think about, say, for example, when Lewis and Clark decided to explore the fields, would travel in biblical times. They would walk. They may ride an animal if they had a donkey or had an oxen or something like that, a horse. But by and large, they walked. They didn't have Nikes. They had sandals or bare feet. They had folk that had no road system. And so oftentimes, as they travel would be slow, they would move about. And so they would become perfect prey to folks to take advantage of them. It wasn't seen as safe. And Psalm 121 is a psalm that's out of what's called the Book 5, or the Psalms of Ascent. And this was a psalm that the Israelites would sing as they were going to the festivals, and they were streaming and all of that. You would get in a car and you would you drive down the road and you'd sing songs as a family, right? Right? 99 bottles of beer on the wall, right? That wasn't the Baptist song, right? But you get the idea, right? The deacons always sang it, but nobody else did, right? But you get the idea. You sing a song, or you play these games or things like that. Well, can you imagine the Israelites are traveling to Jerusalem to be able to bring about and celebrate the festival that they were about to have. And so as they're traveling together down this road, they would sing this psalm. And notice what the psalm says, verses 1 and 2. It asks the question, where does my help come from? Psalm 1, verse 1 of chapter 121 says, I lift my eyes toward the mountains. Where will my help come from? My help comes from the Lord, the maker of heaven and of earth. As they're traveling together, they're singing this hymn together, this psalm together, and they're saying, I look up to the mountains. I look up above, and journey, I see the mountains all around me. But the reality is about the mountains is that the mountains were really a symbol of uncertainty. We look today at mountains and we say they're a symbol of majesty, or how majestic they are, how beautiful they are, right? But in